Check. Hello, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back in action. What is up, guys? Happy Sunday to you all. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's right. What's up, guys? Han Solo, good morning. 49er Holic, my dude. What's up, guys? Yeah, we did it. The Seahawks made it, baby. We made it. We did it. It was very exciting. The match itself wasn't incredibly exciting, I guess, for the first portion of it, But yeah, it was definitely cool. It was definitely hyped. I know it was crazy to see them celebrating in the locker room. I know what you mean. That's how the rivalries go, huh? Good morning, Richard Porter. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening to you guys, wherever you guys are at. Han Solo, I was just replying to your comments on the challenging Restoring the Peace series, dude. Thank you so much. I'm really glad to hear that you enjoyed the series and you got your achievements and everything. That's awesome. That's really cool. I had forgotten that Arsenal. I of course watched the Liverpool match yesterday in the FA Cup, and we did well, which I was happy about it. Also, I just when you mentioned that before I turned everything on here, I looked up the match. Looks like Arsenal are winning comfortably right now, which is no surprise. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a really good weekend. Hope you guys had a good last week and everything, since we weren't live last weekend for the Super Bowl and whatnot. As most of you guys know, I live in Seattle area, so was really excited for the Super Bowl, and that obviously turned out pretty well for us Seattle fans. So go Seahawks, and now we are back in action, guys. And so, we're we did take a week off there, where we didn't stream last week and stuff. But unfortunately, we're pretty much in the same spot that we were the last time we checked in a couple weeks ago, where they had posted a tweet. I believe it was January 24th. And it said like, yo, we're going to have a new beta update coming out within the next week, for all this new stuff that we were talking about. And, of course, that was, 3 weeks ago at this point? Yeah. 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever. And, still no word or action on that. So, nothing has changed as of yet, but apparently, some pretty significant changes will be coming. But anyways, I figure today we'll probably just make a... I know I usually kind of focus more on like smaller size towns, which I still recommend, to be honest, in general. Smaller towns are better, in my opinion, for a variety of reasons in general. For, not always, but in general. So I figured today, we could start up a little town, go for maximum population growth. So, do the fast pop expansion technique, and then also, just like continuously keep adding houses and keep adding families to the maximum potential, basically, and just see if we can, how big we can get it and if we can keep up with all that. Hey, Morat. Happy Sunday, dude. Well done on Super Bowl. It should have been... Oh, yeah, you were rooting for the Broncos. Yeah, I got you, dude. I got you. Hey, they made a good run, though. Honestly, it was between them and the New England and everything. I mean, some of those teams made really good runs with, newer quarterbacks, newer play, like pretty revamped squad in general and all that kind of stuff, staff. So yeah, really cool. Hey, Jay Lalvin. When an update comes out, what is the first board type? What is the first board type setup do you use? When an update comes out, what is the first board type setup do you use? Um, I I'm a, I don't really know board type. I'm wondering if do you mean like game settings? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused by the question. Uh, like game what game settings do you choose? Like restoring the piece and like what like map or something? It would have been a better Super Bowl. Potentially, yeah, who knows, huh? Prosperity, default game settings. Oh yeah, like what game mode or whatever. Gotcha. Yeah, I typically will play on so it depends on what I'm trying to do, I guess, but typically I just like to play on restoring the piece. I feel like restoring the piece is just kind of like the standard game mode, I guess, and the on map AI factions I would not really suggest. I mean, if you want to play with them and check them out, by all means, obviously. But I would not really suggest, like, if you're looking to have like a really, uh, complete playthrough, right? I would definitely go for the restoring the piece as kind of the standard one. Um, but like for this one, for example, and just anytime when I'm just more interested in just kind of the town building aspect of the game, not so much interested in like combat and stuff like that, which is particularly has issues and stuff right now. I usually like to pick the one on the far left. I believe it's called Rise to Prosperity. I believe is the name of that one. But basically, it's like the peaceful scenario or whatever. Where there's no enemies, no raiders, and you're just really focusing on the town building and town management. So I'll like to do that one if I'm just wanting to kind of check out the map, check out maybe new try some new techniques with like food production, something like that, right? But if I'm looking to have just like a full playthrough for like the full like Manor Lords experience, I will definitely restoring the piece. Hey Ned, how we doing, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, happy Sunday, dude. All right, guys. Well, first of all, let's check out what we got going on here. Looks like we have a rich mushroom deposit, a rich animal hunting deposit, and then there's some like satellite resources that like a regular iron and there's like a regular clay that are far off. I'm on the winding river map here, and we chose the region that's like in the bottom right or bottom middle kind of thing, kind of along this water area right here. And yeah, since we're trying to expand the town and just add maximum pop, Winding River is always a pretty good map because I feel like these regions are some of the most kind of flat open space for the most part. You can get good space of with that typically in these regions in the Winding River map. A lot of the other like newer maps, they have a lot of like terrain and hills and stuff like that, which are really cool. But as far as like if you're trying to make like a really big town, it's a little more challenging as far as you don't have so much like flat open space. So I like the Winding River. Anytime I'm trying to make like a bigger town and I want to have just kind of more open space and not have to worry too much about terrain and stuff like that. Yeah, no worries, J Lalvin. Yeah, I mean they're all fun. All the game modes are fun, but yeah, sometimes like right now, this one I like to be just on the peaceful building mode, and not kind of not worried about some of the other aspects in the game, and like I said too, a lot of the combat is just I try to typically at this point, to be honest, I'm not really too into the combat aspect of the game anymore because it's just has a lot of issues. So I'm more leaning into like the town building, town management, aesthetics and all that kind of stuff. So lately, I've been more into just the Rise to Prosperity. I think is what it's called, right? Excuse me. You found a sick way to grow pop. What? All right, let's hear it. What's the new tech? What's the new tech? Hit us with it. Hit us with it. Info Rat's always got the tech, dude. Always hooking us up with the best information. Speaking of which, where is Bath? Someone summon Bath. We need Bailiff. Bailiff Bath. Otherwise, our town will be full of disorderly conduct. Can't have that. All right, so we'll just we'll try to, as usual, we'll try to make things look pretty nice and whatnot. But since we're doing a kind of like a max pop growth town expansion kind of run, we'll also make sure, especially in the beginning stages here, we want to make sure we're getting that utilizing the fresh settlement modifier to the maximum. And so we got to build stuff in close proximity here to make sure we get the early move-in windows, right? So we're just going to set up a couple little road infrastructure layouts here. I'm thinking, because right here we can see there's start to be like a slope decline, and then there's trees and stuff leading to the water's edge. So maybe for now we'll just kind of build up to there. And I know there's not fertility, obviously, because we already have these other rich food resources, but we can always take a look. Like there is, despite not having good fertility, we can see there is a good patch of rye fertility here. You know what I mean? So even though wheat, flax, barley, all that stuff's kind of like, not really utilizable too much, we do have some pretty solid option to, even over here too, we can actually farm rye, So we'll also probably, maybe try to not build on top of this area. Looks like there's, obviously this mushroom patch here as well. So I'm thinking we'll also kind of, section off this area as well. And that way we know. Cool. So we know that we'll be able to put some rye fields over here and utilize that. So now we know, okay, like this central area right here kind of looks like a lung, doesn't it? Starting to look like a human lung. The oxygen build, huh? How about that? But anyway, so we know that we can build stuff like within these areas here, and that's not going to like impede on our, plans. And we have a good amount of space here that we can utilize for our, beginning setup. All right, cool. So now that we kind of thought about that, we'll go ahead and, do some of our standard startup here, which is obviously a logging camp. Or before I do that, let me read what Info Rat's got here. I know, turn on the bath signal. Turn on the bath signal, right? What's going on here? Where is he? Okay, build as many burgages as you can. Start out with a bunch. Like all your food burgages. And then you let the raiders or brigands come. When they light the torch, you go to the diplomacy and let them join you. What? Oh my gosh. What are we talking about here, dude? That sounds crazy. Wait, the diplomacy's on the map, right? Oh, I don't have... Yeah, I'm on the peaceful one here. Well, maybe we can start a new one that does have raiders then, because that sounds crazy. Okay, so you build as many houses as you can. Let the raiders... So, but... so you just put the, like, a raiders on, like, attack you, like, as soon as possible kind of thing, then? So you do a regular startup up until like February or March or whatever of the second year, I guess, then, right? Max raiders and bandit camps. Holy crap. Now I'm intrigued. Now I'm really intrigued. What is going on? That is crazy. So you just have to have as many open housing spaces as possible. I didn't even know that you could do. I honestly did not even know that you could engage in diplomacy with the raiders like that. I did not even know that that was possible. Only join up with how many houses you have available. I see. Like to play with some raiders and bandits on, otherwise focus on growing the town. Yeah, for sure, Ned. Absolutely. Yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, I'm glad you've been enjoying the flax fields. They definitely have a nice vibe, right? Um, Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to try that. I feel like we got to try that just to see what's going on here. That sounds insane. I did a quick save on that, so we can. But this sounds like the ultimate pop growth technique. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens, dude. Dude, I know, right, Hans? Infomer has, dude. I don't know how, but he knows like everything in this game. You can call the brigands a dog. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't. I literally did not even know that you could. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yet another dog has crawled out here. I see. Yeah, that's interesting. I never. Well, I guess I knew that this existed, obviously, but I never you tried any of this stuff with the Outlaws because I didn't think it actually did anything. But I guess it does in specific situations, like you're saying. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's see if we can. Let's see what happens here. Let's try this. This is gonna be nuts. All right. So build as many. Oh wait, we forgot to turn up the. We forgot to turn up the. We got to turn up bandits and everything to max, right? Like that? Is that good? You like to initiate diplomacy first by calling him a dog? That's a good way to get on terms, you know. Old tunes. Hey, what's up? Old too soon. Oh, I see. Old too soon and knackered. Hey, what's up, dude? Having come back to the game after the massive update a few months ago, your videos have been really helpful for jumping it back in. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah, I know there's so much constant change in the game, right? And you know, sounds like more change is coming, right? So yeah, we'll do our best to keep you know, to keep up with the current info and all that kind of stuff. You usually have one form of diplomacy for the raiders, the tip of the sword. That's right. If your militia could, I know, right? Well, if Bath is the captain of your militia, then you know it's probably not going to end up very well. Looks good. All right. As long as you have a good captain of the guard, you're good to go. Okay, so we gotta have. So we still do the regular stuff up until for the first 1 year, but by the end of 1 year, we need to have just like a ton of empty houses available on top of our just regular stuff, right? Now, you said there that they will join however many houses we have available, right? So, say there's like I don't know, whatever, 50 raiders, right? And we only have 25 houses. You know, we only have enough houses for half of them or something. The rest of the raiders still attack us, right? So we have to have some kind of like a army, right, or some kind of forces to defend after that. Because you said that you only do it when they have the torch symbol, right? So if not all of them join, then the remaining raiders that don't join, they're just going to start burning down the town, right? So how do we deal with that? Oh, the raider. I see. Okay, so the ones that don't, they'll just disappear. It like clears them. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, and we can do it right away with bandit camp. Okay, so we can do that diplomacy thing with the bandits that are on the map right now, and then we can also do it when they initiate a raid. But the bandits that are on the map right now, you said it needs to be with the torch symbol, right? So we would need to kite, like we would need to go aggro these guys and kite them over, or how would that work? Yeah, you kite them around to the town. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be freaking crazy, guys. All right, let's see what we can do. Baffle lead the militia right into the raiders with precise pathfinding skills. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. All right, this is gonna be loco. Here we go, guys. Okay. Logging camp. Hitching post. If you do it, they all disappear. So you gotta kite them to the town. Get them to torch you. Okay, so you kite them to the town with the retinue, and then I assume once you get them in range of the town, you disband the retinue, right? Or do you let them kill the retinue, or what? Because they have to target or whatever, untarget the retinue, right? To be able to start the torching. Okay, here's our logging camp. Get that staffed up. Kitchen post. Just disband the retinue. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. That's what I figured. All right, this is gonna be wild. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. But yeah, Info Morat has my full trust. So I assume that if it's like a bandit raid, like an attack on your town, then yes. But I think what he's talking about is like these bandit camps. We can bring these bandits, use the retinue to bring them to the town, basically, and then get them to move into the town as well. There he is. Welcome in, Bath. Welcome back, dude. How we doing? Happy Sunday. Good to hear from you, man. Couple more. That seems way too waste of space there. There we go. Had a few houses burned down this morning in a playthrough. All good fun. Oh no. Baff's letting his town burn to a crisp. Ay ay ay. If this works, well, mind blown and new game started. I know, right? We gotta see this. I gotta see this, dude. Dude, Info Morat's always coming out with the tech, the ultimate tech. Would never even guess to try any of this otherwise. Wild stuff. Okay, let's also get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, last couple houses, and then water well and storehouse. Yeah, good to hear. Good to see you, Beth. We were already talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. We lit the Bath signal. The Raiders come, but the bandits. You have to get them before the bear. Right, right. He'll mess everything up. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could do we could do it like we could have just turned the Baron off too. You know what I mean? Like we could have all the Raiders like that, and then just turn off the Baron, so that's not a thing. But I guess that makes it a little extra challenge or whatever. All right, a couple houses, water well, and storehouse, so that we can get firewood and water quickly supplied for initial approval. Let's go right here. Put that. That's right. We're switching gears to see the new possibilities, dude. I gotta see this. This is nuts. Always a good one if there's a bit of a challenge. Yeah, Baff, we gotta hear. Tell us more. What happened? How did you let your village burn down? We gotta hear about this. Yeah. What are we? Yeah. What are we doing? We're exactly. So we're trying a new crazy approach here that Infomolrat suggested, where basically we can get what's the like word I'm looking for here? We can basically like, I mean, it sounds basically like a cheese, right? I mean, somewhat, right? Somewhat kind of like cheese the bandits into joining our town. I don't know. Maybe it's not really even a cheese. Who knows? But yeah, that's what we're trying to do. So the bandits, I didn't even know that you could actually like engage in, like, I knew this whole thing existed, but I never really realized that the bandits actually, these diplomacy interactions actually do anything. So I'd be interested to see what happens here. Yeah, the BAF signal. It's the it's the three lions. Oh right, they're not bandit. They're brigands. Yeah, there we go. Fancy bandits. True. The bandits are the guys that like launch a raid or whatever from off the map, right? Okay, and then we're gonna do. First of all, we're gonna staff up the storehouse and put a storehouse, or excuse me, a marketplace. So it'll be granary. Let's go like that. Granary. Right here. All right, cool. And then we'll put a little marketplace section right here. There we go. Something like that. Cool. All right. So they'll start supplying firewood. There we go. So we did get a new family to move in by April 1st. So we did get that first population growth window. And now we need to make sure we have this firewood and water supplied by mid-month to get the next move-in opportunity. And keep adding houses. So now we do need, like, apparently we just need like a ton of houses, right? And we need to get a manor built up quickly too, because we need a retinue to be able to kite those mobs over here or whatever. So houses and manor. Right. We do have one extra house right now. Granary's done. They're doing the storehouse thing. Okay. Let's also think about starting to... we are going to need food, obviously. We can't just have a ton of people moving into the town and not have any food. So we do have a rich fishing over here. Get that going. Make sure we just always, at least for now, have at least a couple, like 1 or 2 houses available. Okay, and we should hopefully be getting another family moving in here mid-April. We are at that 55% now. That's good. Immigration! All he had in the way of mercenaries was crossbowmen, and the other archer unit had to fight off up to 30 units, and the Baron had sent, and in the middle of it, the raiders turned up. Ay, ay, ay. You're at the end of a game on the hardest difficulty. Oh, you did the winter start. Oh, with the no resources. Holy. Yeah, that's crazy town, Bath. Still on topic with the heading on the... Yeah, true, exactly. We're taking a little bit a non-traditional pop growth here. Technique. We'll see how it goes. I'm really intrigued to see how this turns out. Alright, let's move this out of the way, and let's staff up the granary real quick so we can get this stuff stored up. Fisherman's hut is here. Houses are all taken up, so let's get another set of houses set up for us. Get that going. 3. Let's do that. 4. I mean, so in this case, I know we've talked about it before. I'm usually like more leaning towards having like single houses or whatever. But in this case, it sounds like we literally just want like as many housing spaces available as possible. So we'll maybe even like here do some, we could only fit like 3 singles, or we could fit 2 doubles. So I'm just going to go ahead and do doubles, and that way we have maximum living space potential coming into play here. And let's staff up our fisherman's hut as well. April, so we should be good for Maid, for more people moving into. So it sounds like, yeah, well, like I said, our goal is just a ton of houses and a manor here, basically, as in the perspective of the short term. And then I think the church should fit. Okay, we'll put the church like right here in this middle. So this is perfect. So we have our, church, storage, marketplace, water well, all that kind of stuff right here in the heart, of our residential area. Obviously, we're going to need planks as well. So we'll get a saw pit set up. Let's put that over here next to the storehouse.
Cheated him? Never. Perhaps he simply does not know how to cook properly.
Do anyone know? Raiders are actually your... I know, our raiders are our homies. Well, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, the bandits are the ones with the pointy shoes, yeah. The fancy ones. So fancy. It was a bit hard to stop them burning. Couldn't hire any mercenaries for the final 3 weeks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that sounds rough, Beth. I know I've tried the... well, I guess I haven't really dipped into that one too much. The no resources, winter, so all that kind of stuff. I know Morat's been like telling me to do that for like... At this point, it's probably even more than months. It's probably years, right? But yeah, no, that one is a crazy town. But even if you just do like winter start like on the edge and you do have resources and stuff, even that's really hard. Design city for a lot of food. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So we do have the fishing going. I mean, it would be nice if we had like another. Oh, maybe we. I think we have fertility. Oh no, we don't. What's our other rich resource? Oh, it's clay. Okay, I'm tripping. It's right here. It's clay. Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, that's not super ideal for like huge food production, but you know, we'll make it work, obviously. It would definitely be more ideal if we had. Oh, and these guys are sick, of course. They're not doing anything. Let's find a better set of workers who will actually do work for us. There we go. Yeah, it would be great if we had better food production options here, but I didn't want to like re-roll over and over again. We can obviously get some other stuff going. Like we can obviously get like some economy rocking here with you know, start exporting clay and like import food or whatever, but yeah, unfortunately we don't really have that probably makes it a bit tough. It would be a lot better if we had like a rich berry deposit or something like that, but it is what it is. I really despise like sitting there and having to like re-rolling the map over and over and over and over and over again. That's like, I swear I've seen that requested literally thousands of times by hundreds of people, that there should be an option to like pick what resources you're going to get in your region and stuff. So we'll try to make it work. But yeah, our food situation right now obviously is not in a good spot as far as pop growth, but we will figure it out. All right, we need saw pit staffed. Yeah, I know the vegetable. I know the problem is like that kind of stuff just takes too long. Like if we put in vegetable patches right now, and we do this like we get these, I don't know, dozens of families to move in from bandit camps within like a few months here, like those vegetable farms are not gonna, you know, they're not going to be ready soon enough. Feels like realistically we kind of need like a berry deposit or something, like a rich berry deposit for this. So this might be like kind of scuffed, but what isn't scuffed in this game? We'll figure it out. Would be nice if they had hats with bells. Hey, yeah, some gestures, some court gestures for sure, absolutely.
Come one, step right up.
Half expecting the promise update to drop this morning. Right. The promise update, yeah, I know. Well, you know, I mean, they made a tweet like 3 weeks ago saying that they were going to have a beta update for this thing coming out within a week. You know, 3 weeks ago, so here we are. Watch another YouTube video from someone who's rather dedicated to the game, and he said that the normal thing will be 2 families in each plot. You mean like after the update, Ned? Or you mean like it's better to just build like double plots, basically? He mostly builds double plots. Yeah, I mean, yeah, interesting. I mean, I don't really think like too much will change as far as I'm aware. Like in the upcoming update, the like double plots versus single plots. Like the change that's coming, I think, is that when you add a housing extension, instead of it doubling the space, it just adds 1. So basically, now the maximum amount of people that you can have on one plot is 3 families instead of 4. You know what I mean? Like if you built a double plot and then you built the extension on it and then you upgraded it to tier 3 or whatever, or tier 4 or whatever the new tier is going to be, then instead of it going from 2 spaces to 4 spaces, it's just going to go from 2 spaces to 3 spaces. So I don't know if maybe that's something that they're talking about, you know what I mean? Something along those lines where it's, you know what I mean? Maybe they're thinking it might be a little more ideal to have, since you can only have like 3 families per thing now instead of 4, something along those lines, but I'm not really sure. Rather long-winded question to ask about housing placement. Yeah, no worries. At the end of the lake of your town, you build a string of homes along the road. And you build a road directly behind that road's backyards. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Then you just get, yeah, then you just got rows and rows of houses. Yeah, for sure.
Firewood, firewood.
Yeah, I mean, you build the first row as you do, build the road further back from backwards, build the second row against this neighbor. 2 row back to back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that sounds really efficient. Yeah. Yeah, it always depends on what you're like going for, you know. Like if you just want to like have like efficiency of the space, or if you want to, you know, make it look nice or whatever. I feel like if you're just going for efficiency of space, it's probably not going to look as like aesthetically pleasing, but of course you'll get more utilization of the area and whatever. We need more oxen. We're running out of oxen. We're not running out of oxen. We're good. We got 2 oxens right now. And I'm not going to be spending any more regional wealth on another oxen until we have economy up and running. We are starting to make planks, though. I feel like we're going to need, since we don't really have too many like food options here, we probably just want economy, and then we can like import rye grain or something like that. You know what I mean? So might as well just get that rocking, I guess, because we need like way more food than we have right now. That's a bummer. Like if we had a rich berry deposit here, we would be golden, but we definitely do not, unfortunately. Not good. Let's go trading post and mining pit coming in here. Slightly less road. Any idea which is more efficient? It's really hard to say without like seeing like a visual, like I don't know, like a screenshot or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I can kind of like visualize what you're saying, but it's kind of hard to tell without like seeing it. You know what I mean? But I would say, as more of like a general answer to your question, like what's more efficient? I would say, sounds like everything that you brought up here is more along the lines of like where you're putting the houses and stuff, which is definitely good. But as far as like what's more efficient, you have to also take into consideration, it's not just like where are the houses and how close are you keeping houses to each other, but you know, how many houses are you like, I don't know, having in like a close proximity or whatever to each other. But it's also more about like how close are those houses to their workplace, to the church, to the water well, right, to all that kind of stuff as well, to the market area, whatever, right? So it's hard to say. There's so many variables involved there. So like, and to further illustrate what I'm saying, like you could have like the worst layout of houses. You could have houses scattered all over the place. We could have houses way over here, way over here, way over here, whatever. But if we have like a centralized residential distribution area, like for the church, water, all that, and their workplace, all that kind of stuff, that will likely be more efficient than if you have a central grouping of houses, but then instead you have church and water and all that kind of stuff scattered around You see what I mean? Like it's more efficient if you keep all of their demand things central in relation, in perspective in relation to the housing areas. Then that will have way far more effect than any form of like how close are the houses, or how many houses did we fit close to each other, or whatever. You know what I mean? Yes, yeah, and yeah. Sorry, it's a little hard to like, there's so many like variables, and it's kind of hard to say without like seeing it, I guess. But that I would say that concept is definitely like that's the paramount, um, factors to take into consideration here in Manor Lords, right? Okay, we need to unassign someone actually temporarily. Got a decent amount of planks. Let's take our Vokland perk, because we can. Let's abuse it for the last possible times that we can abuse it here. These bandits are stealing our fish! We're gonna have to go out and get them to join us. We're gonna have to get them to join the dark side. Okay, roof tiles, and then we're gonna start selling. We need to sell. Sell. And we just need a ton of food. And we also need fuel, too. We never got firewood going, but it's not really like a super concern at the current moment, but it will be soon. We still have housing spaces available. Yes, yeah, good point too. Like Baf said, yeah, and yeah, absolutely. So like any of those things that we mentioned, like the water well, the church, the um, wherever they're going to get firewood from, that kind of stuff, right? You can also build like multiple hubs, or like tavern as well, right? If you're at that stage and they're going to get ale, all that kind of stuff. The tavern and the church are a little bit, harder to build multiple of because they have, more substantial like building and like supply requirements or whatever. But, for example, like Bath said, you could easily, of course, depending on, if the underground water availability is there. But you could pretty easily, like, we have a water well over here. We could place another one, for example, like over here. And then that way, like, for example, the people who live like at this house, that reduces instead of them having to walk all the way over here to this water well and back, they'll just be able to go to this water well. And that's like, anytime that they're like, oh, I got to go refill the water at my house, that's going to reduce the time that it takes for them to do that is now going to be cut down by, it's going to be a fraction of the time that it's going to take them to walk over here. You see what I mean? So yeah, to Bath's point, you could definitely, try to like set it up in a way where, and like I said, once you get like your church in it, we'll put the church like central right here. Once we start expanding the town, like, mega or whatever, at some point maybe we'll think like, oh, let's put another church like way over here or something because the houses are starting to like really expand really far out. But, obviously that's like takes a bunch of materials and stuff like that. Alright, we did get the clay furnace. Let's start making some roof tiles here. Alright, we got a decent amount of planks too, so let's pause on the planks. Let's put them on trade. Let's get those going. Export planks. Start making a little bit of money. And then we'll start exporting roof tiles here in a sec as well. And Woodcutter's Lodge for firewood is up. We'll get that staffed. We still have living spaces open. Good. And we'll obviously need more if we're going to go steal those bandits, but yeah, we would be. Yeah, it's kind of dang it. I really feel like I might have blown it here, to be honest. With this might, I don't know. Maybe Infomora can pull it off without it, but I feel like for me, I need like a rich berry deposit here. Like I feel like I'm already behind. I should already be like this whole this whole setup over here like is taking time from our goal of like reaching those bandit camps like ASAP and getting the manor up and all that kind of stuff. We shouldn't have had to do this, but I don't know. Maybe we can still make it work. But you need more stone. Stone's over here. Get that going. Yep, and firewood too, exactly, yeah. Send resources, how you get on things that they stole. Yeah, I did learn that recently in Infomore. I learned that like stream we did like a month or two ago. Learned that one, yeah. Which was also crazy that I didn't know that for a long time. Take a vote and re-roll for berries. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. Maybe we can still make it work. I don't know, I feel like the Baron's gonna, like, go to take those camps pretty soon, isn't he? I feel like I'm just behind already. Am I not behind? I feel like if you were doing this run, Mulrat, you would already... This is behind, right? You would already probably be... getting the camps and stuff by this point, I would imagine. Well, let's keep adding houses in the meantime. We are starting to trade a little bit. Let's buy the roof tile thing. Export roof tiles. Okay. Let's see what happens. It's all good. Yeah, okay. Oh, true. Yeah, well, I guess you're right. We will get the regional wealth from taking the camps, too. Okay. Yeah, probably didn't have the best approach here. I forget how soon the Baron, like, I forget how soon does he, like, attack on normal mode. I can't even remember. Maybe I'm thinking he attacks, like, sooner than he does. Alright, let's get that manor, though. It's time. Manor time. Let's just put it, like, over here, I guess. Doesn't need to be anywhere in super particular. Okay, we did get more living spaces available. We'll add the extensions on them when we need to. Making a little bit more sales. That's good. Let's order the horse. We'll really ramp up the economy. That's important. Get another hitching post right here for our horse. Okay, after this manor is done, let's pump out housing spaces. Earliest he will attack is in year 6? Well, I don't mean like what year will he attack us. I mean like what year will he or what like month or year will he send his first like set of mercenaries or whatever to take the bandit camps. Because that's what we're trying to beat, I guess, as far as like getting them to join our town. But I think we still need like way more living spaces. Okay, we did good on food. We did fish up a bunch of fish there. Or doing better on food, I should say. Okay, that's good. We do have the horse coming. I mean, our economy should ramp up decently here, at least a little bit. We are starting to sell the roof tiles. We can make more planks. And then, yeah, we can either, yeah, I don't know, add, like, backyard chicken coops or something like that, or we can buy some, you know, rye bread or something, but I feel like we're still just, like, not quite ready. We still just need some more housing spaces and more food and stuff. We're not ready. We're not ready! Okay, let's get some more houses over here. Our horse did arrive. Okay, that's good. He goes after the third bandit camp. Oh, well, we started with like we started with all 5 on the map though. Like we maxed out the bandit camps, I think. Oh, the original map's glitched? Interesting. Okay. We are getting more living spaces. We just need more stuff. More houses, more food. Yeah, exactly, Vav, exactly. No, we're following what Molrad said. Those were the specified settings. Okay. Do you think we should do chicken coops or? What's going to be our best like option to get enough food for like a massive amount of families moving in here all of a sudden? I still like the... God, it's only 1-to-1 though, isn't it? It's only 1-to-1 these days. Well, the wheat is 2-to-1. All right. All right, wheat flour. All right, we're just going to import a little bit of wheat flour and supplement some bread. The good old bread technique. Okay, living spaces. Just add literally as many living spaces as we can, I guess, right? At least for now. production limit on those planks. Using up all our timbers. Okay. Right, yeah, there's 5 and I haven't taken any. Right, exactly. Math is hard, I feel you. Okay, I don't know how many, like, housing spaces we're supposed to have, but... at some point, we gotta just try it out, I guess. Okay, alright, just a couple more, I guess, and then... whoops. Okay, let's see what happens here, guys. So we kite the bandits to the town. And then we release our retinue. And then we make nice with the bandits. So there's like 3 bandit camps over here. So let's see what happens. If we aggro all 3 of these, kite them back to the town, release our retinue, get them to attack our town, and then we send them a nice little love letter, and we're like, yo, it's all good, guys. Let's just be homies. Join our town. We got living spaces available. We got food. We got water. We got firewood. It's a great place to live. Rohalok. Go ahead and move on in, right? And then they're going to be like, heck yeah, dude. Would love to. And then we're going to be probably really strapped for resources really fast. But it's all good. $120 burgages right away? Oh my gosh. Absolute mad lad here. Okay, we aggroed those right there. Okay. Couple more houses. So there we go. We aggroed all 3 of these bandit camps. We kite them back towards our town. This way, bandits. Over here. Yoo-hoo, over here, brigands. Come and get it. Exactly. That's the technique, Bath. Now you're getting it. I'm surprised you didn't know about this technique already, Bath. Sounds like it would be right up your alley. As commander of the guard. I suppose we can let them go at any moment here, right? I think we're good. I feel like these guys are going to start burning our town down, like, immediately, though. Okay, this feels better. A little bit more on the outskirts. Alright, so disband. Now they figure out, okay, we're going to go burn the town. These guys still don't have a fire symbol. There we go. I think they all... We can't see these guys' symbol now because they're in the trees, but I'm fairly certain that they all have a fire symbol, right? So go to map. Outlaws. And then we do this one. Is this the one? Bribe the raiders. Is it this one? I assume that it's got to be this negotiation one. I mean, I'm sure we don't want to be calling them dogs right now, right? Piss them off more. Pleasure to meet you. I feel like it's this one. Letter sent. Oh. Well, there we go. I think it just happened, right? Raider, refuse settle. Your offer is generous. Let us lay down our arms and put aside our differences. We're stronger together. Signed and sealed by my own seal. Outlaws. Okay. There's still these guys, though. What? These guys don't want to join us? Okay. Now I'm confused because I think all the houses are filled, but it says we have 17 living spaces and we still have a band of brigands that want to burn our town down. What do we do now? They did join. All those two other bands of brigands joined us. Okay, that was really interesting. I've definitely never seen that. That was crazy. Look at this. Dude, look at this. Look at the notifications right here. Holy crap. This is insane. Okay. Do it again. But we don't have any houses, though. We don't have any... Will that just make them disband, though? Your offer... Let's put aside our differences. We're stronger together. Okay, I don't think these bandits don't care, bro. These bandits are, they're going AWOL. I think we gotta take care of these. Right? They're not leaving. Do it again and they disappear. Well, we did it again, right? Or do this process again, like aggro them and then release them again, maybe? No, yeah, these are all filled up. I know the housing spaces hasn't updated, but the houses are they all moved in. At least from those other two brigand ones. We did send them another letter, and they replied that they wanted to get along, but then they're still wanting to burn our town down. You slow pokes? You guys are out of juice. Yeah, we did send them another letter while they were torching, but it didn't work. But we'll try again here. Okay, disbands. Okay, torching. Send them another letter. There we go. Okay. We're stronger together. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, that's insane. Wow. I thought what I was doing beforehand was already cheesing the bandit. You want to talk about cheesing the bandit camps, bro? Holy crap. This is absurd. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yeah. Not only can you basically just make the bandits disappear, you can get them to join your town. You can, and now, on top of that, those bandits are gone. Like, these camps are now... We emptied these bandit camps. They joined our town. And now their camps are undefended, and we can just go and take all the resources. Holy crap, dude. Utterly broken right here. Completely broken. Yeah, so, I mean, we have... I mean, this thing's broken. It hasn't updated, but I don't... Is that correct? Is that 21... I don't even know... I don't even know what's correct on here anymore, but we have an insane amount of people. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then when the bandits come and attack us, like the actual, or the raiders, then we can do the same thing. But now we need more houses and more food. Okay. Yeah, that's absurd. I need more timbers. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm like mind blown right now. That's kind of that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Yeah, now we go take the resources. We can grow as fast as we want. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yep, sounds good, Beth. Catch you soon. The husband joins and then he gets married in 4 days. What the heck? Dude, wow. Yeah, that was that's pretty crazy. Send the resources to our town, and then we get the fish back too. Because they stole 32 fish from us, so we get the fish back and the regional wall. That helps our food situation. Wow. What? This is crazy. This is completely broken. I mean, there's no way that this should be a thing, right? Oh yeah, it updated now. Okay, yeah. So there we go. Okay, so that it was not okay. So we have 38 total families now. We're in December. We're in December of year 1. I mean, look, we have 23 unassigned families. We're not even rolled over into year 2. This is absurd. Oh my gosh. Not to mention we're about to be like rich all of a sudden too, or whatever. We're getting all these resources from the camps and everything. Dude, this is crazy. Alright, well, forget everything, guys. Everything that I said about fast pop expansion, totally out the window. This is fast pop expansion right here. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Okay, well, let's build a church. And we are making some bread now too, I think. Yeah, because we imported some wheat flour. So we're making some bread to sustain us over the winter here as well. But yeah, I mean, we really need to We need some, like, at this point, we definitely need some, like, backyard. We need some big food production going on here. Okay, so if we did that, maybe, wow, okay, maybe I'll make a video about, like, actually doing this to, like, in a, like, really aggressive extent. And, like, make sure I roll, like, a rich berry deposit. And, like, do this to the absolute maximum extent. That could be kind of cool. Would you guys watch that? Because this is a cool, like, test right here, but it's still kind of scuffed. I feel like if we had, like, a rich berry deposit and stuff like that, we could, this would actually be utterly insane. I mean, it already is insane, but plus 570% might be slightly too big. Let's make this backyard a little bit smaller, a little more reasonably sized. There we go, that looks good. And yeah, we didn't, so when with the interaction to, like, bribe them or whatever, it didn't seem to cost anything. I don't understand, because it said, like, maybe we can, it said, like, I think in the dialogue it said, like, oh, we'll offer you silver, but we gave them nothing. It didn't actually give them any silver or anything, so yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, Rich. For sure, yeah. I mean, basically, just, yeah, I would, like, set up, I would roll a good region where it's, like, I can, you know, set up for, like, the maximum, like, aggressive pop growth possible, and, like, literally, like, try to have, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, 50 families or whatever, 60 families or something by the end of the first year, whatever. Just something crazy, you know what I mean? Just see how high we can take it. Where, with a little better setup where we're not, like, struggling for food and stuff. Yeah, 0 is a number, I guess. Yeah, it was like, we'll bribe you with silver. How much? 0. They're like, all right, we'll take it. Yeah, well, hey, works for me, I guess. What a deal. What a steal right there, dude. Okay, let's pause. Or just lower that, I guess, for now. But yeah, we don't want to be importing just tons of bread. I just want to make sure we're not going starving, of course. But we really want to get, we got to get vegetable garden here, for example. And obviously, now that we have, the other thing is, too, that we have an actually absurd amount of families. Obviously, we don't have to worry at all about, like, you know, if we put in any backyard areas like this or whatever. And, you know, we don't want them to be, we want to assign them as corpse diggers or whatever, grave diggers, and you know, basically the point I'm saying is, we obviously we have the labor potential for literally whatever. Like, we could add anything. So we'll put them as a corpse digger. Sure, they'll fix this in the next. Yeah, surely, Ned. Absolutely, this is a top priority. It's yeah. I heard from the developers today, and they said, like, yo, everything's going, like, super smooth. We all have plenty of time to do all the tasks that are on our list. Everything's going according to plan. No need to worry. All the bugs are being, we figured out all of the issues. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely fixing it. Yeah, how quick can we get to that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think maybe that'll be the next. That's a video I can get on board with. In the current state. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll start it and then they'll be like, now we're releasing the beta. Joke's on you. Ha ha ha. Yeah, if we post it, then they'll nerf it for sure. Exactly. Is that how we force updates? We just post videos showing the issues. All right, we got a big carrot farm going here. And we could obviously use multiple of these. Put another one right here. Really wish they would like give us an option or just automatically change the color of the outlines of like the building preview outlines when you're during winter or whatever in the snow, because you just really can't see anything. It's really stupid. Need to make them like bright green or red or something like that, you know what I mean? Is the church consuming rubble stone now with a family assigned? No, right? I don't think the church... Does the church consume rubble stone? I don't think it does, right? I think if you have families assigned at the church, they just don't really do anything. Unless there's dead bodies, like, around, you know, in the town or whatever, that they'll go and bury them. But I don't think they really do anything. Otherwise, yeah, they're just waiting, going home, waiting, going home. We do have that other raiders coming, so let's see what happens with that. We don't really have living spaces available to, like, you know, gain more aggressive pop growth or whatever. Like I said, I think if I'm really gonna, like, see the troop, this is crazy just to see that it works, but I think I'll make a video that will actually, like, dive into, like, maximizing, you know, like, see, like, how how far can we take this kind of thing. Oh, maybe the stone church to maintain it. Yeah, possibly, Ned. That's definitely a possibility. Also, speaking of maintaining things, let's go ahead and set an import on tools here, just to make sure that we have maintenance requirements taken care of. Yeah, your number one gripe, Richard Porter, with the snow and the farming. Totally. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Can't see anything during the winter months. It's like you almost can't even do anything really during the winter months. It's really debilitating. Where are these guys coming from? Oh, I guess the Baron. Okay. Bandits are coming to attack us, but the Baron is also sending out his forces, so I don't know if the bandits will actually even reach us. Maybe not. I mean, we could go out there and, like, aggro them and kite them over and do that whole thing again. Geez, there's not really a crossing. I mean, there's a bridge right here. Okay. The Baron's forces are over here. Yeah, we'll probably get that. I assume, so this should work basically the same exact way as it worked with the camps, right? There we go, got a nice veggie farm area coming into play here. Definitely gonna need that. Charcoal to maintain, or so? That's a good question. I actually never even knew. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I ever even knew that if you had a stone church, it required rubble stone to maintain it. I don't think I ever knew that. Interesting. Hey, Most Smarties, what's up, dude? Happy Sunday. Yeah, good to see you, dude. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good, great weekend. We did it. We did it, Smarties. Seahawks made it, baby. We did it. We did it, dude, and we're back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I know. We're not set up for like pop growth. I mean, I don't have the food available to be able to like have a ton more people moving anyway, so. But yeah, like I said, I think if you guys are interested, I'll try to I'd be into a video that's basically dives into the maximum potential of this strategy here. Try to roll a map that has a good setup, and you know, just see how far we can take this. You know what I mean? How many houses can we set up, and how much food can we have available, and you know, in X amount of time to get the maximum amount of bandits to move into our town or whatever kind of thing. Only if a family is assigned, otherwise it counts. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't think I ever knew that. Huh. So I guess in that case, like if you're going to be assigning workers as like grave diggers or whatever, then it's actually better to assign them at a corpse pit instead of at the church, and then you don't have any like upkeep or maintenance resource requirements or whatever, right? Okay, let's stop buying wheat, flour. Hopefully we can get some fish coming in again. But yeah, see, we just don't have enough food. Like for me, I feel like if I'm really going to do this, I need a rich berry deposit. Yeah, major planning is needed for sure. This is crazy though. I really see, obviously seeing the concept here. And for a scuff start, I feel like we got quite a few. That was a crazy amount of families that we had there. And we actually got through the winter. Okay, so this right here these are the bandits that, or brigands, whatever they're called, that came to attack us from like the raid. These are not from a bandit camp. So what we did earlier was from a bandit camp. These are actual, like, you know, the raid that comes every couple years or whatever. So I'm assuming this will operate the same way. So we disband, then they go to burn our town, and then we go map, outlaws, negotiation. What do we do now? So what do we do about this? Is this supposed to be the same thing? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Here's the negotiation option is here now. I guess we just needed to wait a second or whatever. Okay. There we go. Send them our condolence letter. Your offer is generous. Let us lay down our arms and put aside our differences. We're stronger together. Okay, but they didn't go away. So try again. Right? It's under rhetoric. I think it's supposed to be this one. It's definitely this one, the negotiation. Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right, it worked the second time. See, they disappeared there. Let us lay down our arms and put aside our differences. We're stronger together. And then we didn't really have housing spaces available, but the housing spots that we did have, they did move into, because there's 2 people here now. So yeah, it worked. It worked the exact same. So same thing, whether it was the bandit camp or the raid. But it looks like it's a little hit and miss as far as maybe you need to like send the message again or whatever. Yeah, no, I didn't send any greetings. Both of the times, all I did was, so we aggro them and then release your units, and then once they put the torch symbol, when they're like, oh, we're going to burn your town, then you go to the map, outlaws, and then to the negotiation, and then that's where, as you guys could see, sometimes this message was available and sometimes it wasn't. So I don't know, just try it, like, wait a second and then open the thing again or whatever, and then it was here again. And then we dragged the negotiation thing in here. I don't think I haven't sent them any of these messages. I haven't sent them a greeting or anything at any point. Yeah, condolences on the rich clay, dude. Yeah. I mean, roof tiles are not bad. You know, you can sell roof tiles for sure. They have good value, but yeah, it's not like, you know, it's not like amazing. Yeah, congrats to Seattle, dude. That's what's up, dude. That's right. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, we did it, dude. Heck yeah. Crushing win. It was definitely dominant. At least for, you know, the most part. Okay, interesting. Well, that is some of the most unique... I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that to do that strategy today. Infomora, dude. With the freaking tech, dude. That is crazy stuff. Crazy work. Dark magic. The dark arts at work here. Witchcraft. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Hope watching the Super Bowl is worth it and leaving you without the stream. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude. It was a big day, dude. I think it was, what, 11 years ago, right? The last time the Seahawks won the Super Bowl or whatever. It's been a while. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate you guys, you know, being here and hopping back into the stream and stuff. We're back on regularly scheduled programming now. Okay. So, all right. Honestly, like I said, at this point, I think we kind of proved the point of like what we can do with how that strategy works. Actually crazy. So we'll just kind of like keep growing this town as much as possible. We really need the food to kick in. That's our biggest problem right now, is we don't have enough food. But that's gonna start kicking in here. These guys are sick, of course. Let's get another trade family. There we go. Yeah, so we really need more food, and then yeah, we'll just keep expanding the town more. But like I said, if you guys would be interested in a video like that, I will definitely explore a VOD, like a challenge run or whatever, video that to basically like completely maximize the potential of this strategy and this approach. But for now, I think we just kind of keep expanding on this town. But yeah, now that we know kind of the concept and how this all works and all that kind of stuff, you know, I would definitely be open to a video that really just like dives into the complete max. Yeah, like how fast can we reach, you know, 300 families, or I don't know, whatever, you know what I mean? Just completely maximize this with a good regional layout of resources and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, happy for the... You're so very... I can sense your sarcasm from here, Ned. Oh, man. Well, good. You know what? I'm glad you're so happy for the Seahawks, Ned. Thank you. Yeah, Kenny, you given Manor Lords a break. You started your Valheim. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, I've played Valheim a couple times in the past here. Not like extensively, but I had some friends that have like a little, their own server or whatever, right? Um, yeah, Valheim's really cool. And I know, who was it? Um, yeah, it was actually 49er. 49er Holic. Yeah, he was suggesting Bellwright, which is like very similar to Valheim, right? Um, at least like in like concept, like playstyle mechanics, concept, and all that kind of stuff, right? Graphics are obviously updated and different, but as far I think it's like basically very similar type of game, right? Survival, survival builder kind of thing, first person. Which are really cool. I don't for whatever reason I have never really been so much into like first person games, in comparison. At least the Patriots showed up for the game, if not much. Yeah, they were there. They were present. That's true. They were present. Yeah, I know. I saw a thing that was like a gag post or whatever that was showing like Bad Bunny walked like 150 yards or something like that during the halftime show, which was like more yards than the Patriots gained like the entire match or something like that. It's just like, dang, it was rough. I mean, I don't know that you can only do so much with a rookie quarterback like that. Honestly, I thought that guy did pretty well, like for the circumstances. You know what I mean? I can only imagine if I was like a young rookie quarterback, whatever, and all that pressure on your shoulders and all that. It's like, yeah, man, it's tough, not easy. Okay, so our food is definitely, hopefully, going to kick in more soon with our big veggie plots here. Get these guys on gravedigger duty. There we go. Alright, and was there any rye? I guess there's like maybe some okay rye potential over here. We could think about, like a little, a little bit, like a little rye operation to an extent. We're a little late in the, maybe we could set it up for like the upcoming window, but we're a little late in the season currently for it. But we could definitely set up for it. Okay, so rich rye will basically be okay, let's do something like that. And then we can have some strips right here. Okay, see, that's not too bad. Because this will give us, yeah, look at that. I mean, look at the rye fertility here. 94%, 92, 87. So that's good. So we can definitely plant rye there, obviously. And then we'll do, put a farmhouse over here. And a windmill somewhere nearby-ish. There. Cool. So we'll get a little farming infrastructure set up here. And even though we don't have rich fertility, like we mentioned before in several videos and whatever, you'll oftentimes at least have some decent little area for rye. So we're just going to kind of take advantage of that. Okay, so hopefully we'll need at least like 1 or 2 houses to level up here, obviously, so we need a bakery, but we just need, once the vegetables come into play here, we'll be good to an extent. Okay. Let's also go ahead and do a charcoal just for more fuel, and we can also sell charcoal if we want. Some more fuel. Let's go ahead and go hitching post, and we'll order up ox and plowing station. You out for now, Ed? Yeah, Ned. Yeah, see you, Ned. Yeah, thanks for popping in, dude. The Patriots were NPCs with pathfinding, dude. Yeah, man. Oh, jeez. I hear you, dude. Yeah, it was one of those days. Yeah, have a good one, Ned. Thanks for being here, dude. It's been 2 years since you played Valheim, Kenny. Yeah, you love the idea of strategy builders. You're not really good at them, especially if competitive. No, I hear you though. It's but that's the cool thing about, I mean, maybe there can be competitive situations, but I feel like a lot of like, strategy builders and stuff, they're, can really mostly be competitive just to yourself. Yeah, we can import. We were importing wheat. We can import more wheat. We can do that again, but I'm trying not to just spend all our money. Too much detail-oriented, looks and economy. Not so great with military stuff. Yeah, no, I hear you though, Kenny, but that's cool though. You know what I mean? Like, not everything has to be about the military, like we were chatting a little about earlier. Yeah, I think it's really cool to focus more on like just the kind of the town building, town management. Because and I know right now maybe you're talking a little more about Valheim, for example, but in relation to Manor Lords, like I've said before, like at least like in the current state, like the one thing that this game really like succeeds with as far as like functionality of the game is that it is in the town builder aspect, right? Like building a town and managing the town and all that kind of stuff in Manor Lords is really good. A lot of that stuff is works pretty well. So like that aspect, I definitely trying to lean more, just focus more on that. Because yeah, some of the other aspects, like to your point, like with the combat and stuff, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm just kind of not even. I'm not really interested in combat in Manor Lords right now. It's just bad. Like the combat in this game, right in the current state, is just is bad. It's broken. So, but the town building and town management, like this game as a city builder, is not broken. So, yeah, I definitely have been leaning more into that, and I would, I guess suggest the same to you guys, I guess. But obviously, whatever's most fun for the individual, always. Don't sleep on the light green. It still produces well, dude. Totally, I know, right? We can add even more field areas here too, and obviously we have plenty of labor, So yeah, we can definitely add even more, for sure, absolutely, no doubt about that. And dun, dun, probably let's do another one right here. Okay. That's not bad. I'll go with that. Cool. We'll start getting this going soon here as we approach an autumn window or whatever. Get like a full setup here. Yeah, and to your point too, Smarty. Yeah, like this one, for example, we built on. It's just kind of like the light green for rye, but it's just like the yellow for wheat. But if we see like rye is like 86%, wheat's still 57%, which isn't terrible, especially if you have a bakery. Even wheat at 57%, you know, I don't know what exactly the yield number would be, but even if you're getting like half of the absolute maximum, you're still going to be able to multiply whatever wheat you get by 4 at your bakery. So like it's still going to be good. You know what I mean? Like for example, these ones that are over here in maybe a slightly little better spot. I mean, we got like 62% on wheat. You know, that's really not bad at all. So yeah, we could definitely still utilize that as well. Hey, what's up, 1 cent pie? So, dude, how we doing? New veggie plot design. This is actually the one that I've been using for forever. This is probably my favorite, my go-to. Oh, we never planted carrots here. Oh, that's stupid of us. Thank you for drawing my attention to the veggie plots. Yeah, so this one I've actually been using. This is one probably my preferred. So just to show you guys, I guess real quick on like how you can do this one easily. I think of it as kind of like a slice of pizza. So say you've got, you know, like a straight road somewhere. So we could make like a, you know, somewhere where there's like a corner, and then we'll make like a little area, like something like that. That to me, that seems like that's probably going to be good enough for like a double. I think like a double-sized housing entrance will fit right here, and I think that seems somewhat about the size where, you know, it'll cut off the housing area about here, and then it'll start being backyard space after that. So, you know, just try to find like, you know, this might a little bit of trial and error or whatever, but I just kind of like eyeball it a little bit here. See, like, okay, I think I could fit like a double entrance here, and I think that like the house will, you know, maybe cut off around here or something like that, and then kind of go at like a diagonal, and then, you know, like kind of like a slice of pizza or whatever, you know, and then we just kind of couple points here to make it curve, and then bring it together like that, and then house, boom, boom, and then drag it out into the backyard area like that. And then there we go. We got a massive, and see we got, yeah, see, so just from eyeballing it, see we pretty much, see that's what we want right there. So we got the double house portion in the front, and it cuts off right here, like right as we start to like open the backyard area. You can see we got the house cut off right there. So like we got this little housing space in this little square right here, and then we just got this massive like pizza slice in the backyard or whatever that fills up nicely. And then from here, then you can just easily adjust. Like, for example, I'm looking and I'm like, plus 770%, that's probably too big. You know what I mean? So then in that case, we can just go like this, and then make like a new, I guess this would be like the crust of the pizza, right? Make a new crust, and then same exact thing. And then now we can see, now it's down to like 490%. So that seems, you know, a little more reasonable. And then we'd be like, all right, cool. Just for a quick little rundown on that one there, guys, if you're interested on making these style of veggie plots or whatever. What perk did we take? We just took the tried and true Falkland perk. Yeah, not really for any reason in particular. And honestly, maybe now in hindsight, probably shouldn't have even taken it, because I don't really want the farming malice. But, you know, I was just kind of so with this design, with this I think I guess maybe Smarties, you might have hopped in after we did like the crazy stuff earlier. But so the point of this build are like the main strategy that we utilize. So Molrat was talking about this insano strat where basically you somewhat basically it's like a cheese, but you basically like cheese the bandits or the brigands or whatever into joining your town. So we had like, I don't know, 20 families or something like that move in like all at once. I don't remember exactly how many it was, but yeah, I don't know, something like that. We had like a chunk of like 20 families joined our town, like literally all at once, from like cheesing the bandit camps or whatever. Yeah, if you missed it, you can go back and watch the VOD, of course, once we post it. Or and then also I might, like I said, now that I see what's going on here, I'm thinking I'll probably make a video diving into this like to the fullest extent. But the reason I grabbed the Vogtland perk was because I realized that like the town's going to fill up way faster than we're going to be able to gather food from like what we have on the map. So I was like, oh crap, I want to, I don't know, just ramp up economy real quick. So then we bought some, like we imported some, we spent some money on like importing wheat flour to be able to sustain that like pop growth influx temporarily. But looking back in hindsight, like for going back, if I'm going to go back and like actually do this like strategically, I don't think I would probably not choose the Vogtland perk. And instead like make sure that I have like a berry deposit or something like that where I'm not like stressing about like, you know, importing you know, extra amounts of wheat bread or whatever, anything like that to like sustain, you know what I mean? And I don't even know what perk, honestly, maybe no perk at all, because they're all just kind of, you know, kind of meh outside of the Vogtland perk. But, you know, I don't know, maybe actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because we're spamming houses and families, honestly, I think I will choose this one, the Regensburg Guildsman. Like if I was to go back, like, you know, like I said, maybe for the video, for like where we really dive into this, I'm thinking this perk is going to be the best perk right here. Because we do not want since we need to produce like so much food to sustain this amount of like this insane pop growth influx, I don't really want this negative on like the veggie gardens and fields and stuff like that. Obviously, as we've talked about and shown many times, you can still get plenty of food from your veggies and fields regardless. But in this situation where it's like so extreme, the pop like gains, I just don't really think I want that. And then in that case, I don't think we're like really focusing on like this whole minor trade thing either. I think the Regensburg Guildsman is going to be the way. Yeah, because we have so many, like right now we have 42 families, right? And 40, yeah, right? Is it per family or per house? Occupied burgage plots? Okay, so we have 30 houses, I think. Yeah, 30 plots. So we would be getting 30, but then if we upgrade them, so like if these were all tier 2 houses, then we would be getting 60 regional wealth per month, passive. But like, of course, right now, like we're not like fully, like we would probably have at least like double this amount of houses or something at this point. You know what I mean? So in that case too, then we'd probably just want to spam single houses, like these double houses, because it says one per plus 1 regional wealth per month occupied burgage plots, right? So in that case, I think we would just spam single, no double plots, just spam single plots, get the Regensburg Guildsman, have a region that has, you know, like a rich berry deposit or whatever, like where we can really not worry about the food. And then, yeah, I think that's what's really going to set up for like going crazy. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like this whole strategy is crazy. I mean, it's got to be, you know, this is clearly a cheese. It should not really be a, a thing realistically, but you know how it is. Okay, we can start setting up some of these fields. Let's do 2 wheat and the rest rye. There we go. Hopefully they will add later perks ASAP. Yeah, well, I know, right? I thought the same thing to myself when they first presented it to us in October, and at this point, October, November, December, January. I mean, that was 5 months ago. I mean, yeah, no, literally, actually, 5 months ago, yeah, at least, right? So that's when they first put out the first set of the beta updates in October, where they first introduced the new perk system and stuff. And they got us all excited about, like, hey, we're going to fill in the rest of these perks ASAP, guys. Get hyped. That was 5 months ago. Looked exactly as it does now. Extremely disappointing. Looks organic, and it's actually efficient with backyard space. Yeah. Honestly, though, I kind of like, I like how they look like this when you do the backyard plots like this. For sure, I agree. Because I mean, it's cool too to do, like, I'm sure plenty of you guys have seen, like, Tacticats, like Flexo designs and stuff like that. Those are also really good to utilize too. That's going to give you probably the most efficient use of the space. You know what I mean? But yeah, you'll get a different like aesthetic vibe or whatever. It's not going to look as natural and stuff, But yeah, I like this way where, we still have, like, the houses and stuff are in a prominent location and it actually still looks like organic and stuff. But also, to like Juan's senpai mentioned, like, then you also have like the good collection point placement and stuff too, because we have, like, these backyard areas are all, like, expanded outward, but then, like, right here we still have, like, our granary or whatever would just be, like, right next to, like, basically the pick up and drop off point or whatever for the vegetables at the front of the house. And then these are the type of houses that we would want to upgrade, for example, to tier 2, because then they get more storage space for, so otherwise, like, if you have a really large harvest come in, sometimes you'll notice that, like, their storage space gets, I forgot to assign an ox here. Sometimes the storage space gets, like, filled up, and then they'll stop, like, picking the vegetables. So we want to make sure, like, we have the max, like, upgrade the house so they have the max amount of, like, pantry space. Looks like we have, like, veggies that are getting harvested right now, for example. We want to make sure we have, workers at the granary that are staffed up. Make sure your granary's upgraded so that they also have more access to hand carts, etc. All that kind of stuff as well. Which we're, dropping the ball on a bit right now, to be honest, but... Our current layout is like a Roman influence, early medieval. Interesting. The Roman Empire. Okay, don't want them to completely finish before we, during September. Oh, yeah, the little, I know what you're saying once. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, this. Isn't it this little hut, I think? I think it's just basically like this little hut up here, I think, yeah. One of the devs was streaming around Christmas. He said we get more perks in the next update. He was pretty sure of it. Yeah. Minus 25% isn't too hard to overcome. Right. Exactly, Smarties. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Yeah, he always tried to build organic, but always ended up doing an American city grid style. Yeah. No, I mean, it's hard to have the perfect balance, of uh, functionality and aesthetics, right? That's kind of been the theme of a lot of our stuff lately. All right, we're a Roman emperor now. Might as well sell some charcoal too. Always a good idea. All right. We'll have to see. Hopefully we get some more veggies in here. But I assume basically it's going to be the upcoming year where we're really going to kick in as far as we'll have some grain here from the fields. We'll have veggies from these backyards. We'll be looking really good on food in the next year. But this winter, once again, we're going to be pretty strapped. So we might have to go back to importing some wheat flour again. Get that rocking. This is an insane strategy, though. I'm still like processing that we were able to get those entire camps of bandits to just move into our town like that. That's pretty crazy. Might be anti-immersion. I wish they would add more tools for road building. Yeah, I hear it. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do already know this, but in case you don't, there is a little bit of control that you can have over, like, the road, like, curvature and design and stuff. So, for example, if we make, like, just like a curvy road here. So, standard, it'll just kind of make, like, decent curves as long as you have decent placement points. But if you go right here on the bottom here, if you see the, hold control and then do the mouse wheel, see it'll bring up this road curvature adjustment thing. And so see if we scroll our mouse wheel, see, then we can get more like either like hard angles like that, or like extreme curves like that, where it's where it's like, if it's like about, I think the standard is something like this, where it's like a third of the way in, something like that, then you're going to have like kind of more flowing curves. But if you hold control and scroll wheel all the way down, then it's like pretty hard angles. Or scroll all the way up, then you get, stuff like this. So there is a little bit of, flexibility, I guess, as far as like how you can make those road designs with those options to an extent, but yeah, I hear you on that. Spent a lot of time these last 2 weeks watching an old Brit TV series called Time Team. They dig up ancient sites. Oh, wow. Yeah, post it up for sure. We will get stone roads, probably. It's just... Baff, stop spreading misinformation to the people, okay? Yeah, you never use that. Seems kind of wonky. Yeah, gotcha. Like I said, maybe you already knew about it, but just in case, I wanted to mention it. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. That could also, yeah, I mean, add it to the list of, things that would be good to add or adjust in the game, right? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it wouldn't be anti-immersion either. Yeah, but yeah. These guys can't even. These guys can't even deliver on things that they did promise us, let alone things that they haven't promised us. So I don't know. All right, our fields are all set. We didn't really have too many of them. I mean, we could plant a couple more, I guess, but I don't really want to go too crazy on the whole farming thing. That'll be decent for now. Okay, we've got wheat flour importing again a little bit because we're gonna need some. Yeah, like we don't have enough food for over the winter time here, obviously, which is not good. Wheat bread to the rescue, hopefully. Yeah, yeah. The city building aspect is definitely good. For sure, yeah. Okay, we did import some wheat flour. Looks like they are harvesting some carrots. I don't think it's going to be like, a really strong amount, but hopefully it'll supplement a little bit on top of if we make some wheat bread here. Just if we get over the hump through this winter, then like the coming year, I think we're going to be golden because our veggie plots are really going to start kicking in. We have farmland set up now and stuff like that, so. We could also be, adding some, like, we have some money. Maybe we should add, like, some chicken coops, for example. Help supplement a little bit with that as well. Kind of just strapped for food right now temporarily. We did harvest a few carrots there, a few more coming in, and we're starting to get a little bit of wheat bread produced. So hopefully, and then hopefully with a little bit of eggs coming in slowly or whatever, hopefully we'll be okay. Did not play Mandate Order. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, we did a stream for Mandate Order a few weeks back, and yeah, I mean it's good, it's cool. Mandate Order is definitely cool. Like I can see why people are talking about it and they're excited about it, and comparing it to Manor Lords, etc. But yeah, it's just like it's just very early. Like I don't like as far as I know that game hasn't even been under development for like a full year, right? I think it's like very early in their development process, and what's available right now on Steam and stuff is literally just a play test. Like it's not even a demo or anything like that. It's literally a play test. So kind of hard to judge Mandate Order right now at this point, but definitely has potential. You know what I mean? Which you could say the same thing about this game, but it's this obviously this game is more farther ahead in a lot of aspects because this game's not like less than a year in development, but yeah. But it's a double-edged sword. Like I think Mandate Order has the potential to turn out better than Manor Lords in a lot of ways, given where it's at right now in a fraction of the time. Like every single time you open this game, you can see that message, right? That Greg's like, "Oh, I've been working on this game for like over 7 years or whatever." Mandate Order is like 7 months. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's pretty hard to like compare, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, I know our food situation's not great. Like I said, this setup, like I was saying from the beginning, I was really just wanting to try out this crazy strategy that Infomol brought up. So I wasn't really fully prepared for it, to be honest. Like I said, if I'm gonna do a video to really dive into this full strategy to the maximum, we gotta have a better setup for it, like with the region and stuff. Because I mean, we had like 40 families into our town by the end of year one with this cheese, and we just did not have like the infrastructure set up for it necessarily. So we're kind of like scraping by for now. Going into deep mine still results in slower. Are we aware if that's the case? Yeah. As far as I know, Smarties, that will still be the case. Yeah, and should always be the case. As far as I understand, and of course it doesn't really do a good job of saying that on the tooltip, but as far as I understand, they need to reformat this tooltip and reword this tooltip, because realistically this is not an upgrade. It's not upgrade to deep mine. Realistically it should be saying, do you want to like transition this to a deep mine, because it's not an upgrade necessarily, it's a trade-off. Like you're trading indefinite resources for a slower extraction rate, right? So as far as I know, that is still the case and will still be the case. They need to do a better job of like labeling that correctly on this tooltip. It should say, enables indefinite resource extraction when placed over a rich deposit, but also reduces the productivity slightly or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, there you go. Molrad says he's got a highly functioning deep mine. So yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I could even be wrong too. So Manor Lords paved a lot of things that work and what to avoid. Right. Exactly. Ones. Yeah. Right. Yeah, because Manor Lord. I mean, I don't know. I guess you could. I don't know, it depends how you look at it, but you could say Banished, right, is the real pioneer, I guess, of this like style of game and everything, right? But yeah, to your point, like Manor Lords really has pioneered like in the modern version and style of what we expect in this type of game. Definitely, Manor Lords has kind of pioneered a lot of this kind of stuff. So that being said, and I think this is something that Molrat mentioned as well, I think both like in streams and comments, but also I saw you post some things in the Discord, which I really related to. And I think basically one of the things that you mentioned was along the lines of like a game like Mandate Order has a higher potential to succeed beyond Manor Lords because of that, because of what we just said, because all this stuff has already now been pioneered, and so there's somewhat like a blueprint or whatever, not necessarily a blueprint, but you know what I mean, where like these other newer games can be like, oh, these are some of the pitfalls that they fell into over their 7-8+ year development process. Here's what we can learn from that from the outside and apply a similar vision, but in a better approach. You know what I mean? And I think that that's definitely a possibility. Oh, you put two mines next to each other, and okay, so it's not like they're not constantly like collapsing and stuff. Nice, that's good. Right, and yeah, to be fair, yeah, Juan Senpai, to your yeah, and to be fair, right, like it is a deep mine, so like for the sake of like the travel distance and whatever, right? I mean, it would make sense that, yeah, it's going to take them more time to get down into the depths of the deep mine, compared to just the surface materials, right? Yeah, so that totally makes sense. All right, so we made it through the winter there. Now we're starting to see some carrot. Now we've got a decent haul of carrots coming in there. Look at that. 34 carrots. We are supplementing with a little bit of wheat bread, and we have a very small, supply of eggs from our few chicken coops there. But we're kind of leveled out for now, and I think right now we'll be chilling until autumn, and then once we harvest here, then we'll be looking really good, and then we can actually get back to like expanding again or whatever. You had a single deep mine collapse and killed 2 people? Oh my gosh. Typical Bath, dude. Just killing off his peasants at will. Not a care in the world. Yeah, you were surprised how much more work the game mandate order needed. Yeah, I know, right? Well, like I said though, it's just a play test. Like for me, when I hear like play test, to me is like, that's just like literally just a like nothing official, like, you know what I mean? Like this is just purely like we're seeing, does this stuff work? Is this going to work? If so, then we'll really hit the grindstone, you know? When they get injured, you put them on ox duty. Injured families? Interesting. Wait, so they don't just die? They can get injured? Actually, I didn't know that they could get injured. I thought that they would just die. Oh, these guys are sick. Now I want to see someone get injured. That's my new goal. Killing your villagers is more difficult to recover from. True. Yeah, I agree, Smarties. Yeah. Like, if you lose villagers, like, in battle or to starvation or whatever it is, it's like, alright, whatever. Like, I'll just wait a month and then everything will be back to normal, you know? It's like... yeah, I agree. So they can get injured in the mine. Right. So but like if there's like a collapse or whatever in the mine, they can just get injured and not actually die. I didn't know that they could just get injured. I thought that they would just straight up just be like, "Oh, we're just dead." Well, the old bread trick still works, guys. Oldest trick in the book here still works. Bread trick still strong. I mean, we've been really strapped for food or whatever the whole time, but the good old wheat bread trick is coming through clutch. Key is food variety. All food holds up well. True, true, true. More the merrier. Okay, well, we have a harvest window coming up soon. June. So we'll get a bunch of bread. We'll have wheat and rye bread. So we'll have 2 different types of bread now. We have veggies coming in. I mean, we could also, of course, like, we could be building, like, another set of big backyard houses, different other types of veggies, orchard, whatever. You know. go. Smarties. Smart. Yeah. Smarties has another agenda here. That's funny. Another big backyard area over here. We can do a different type of veggies because I put carrots on both of these. So we can do like cabbages over here or something, you know? But yeah, let's stop importing wheat flour because we're going to have our own rye and wheat flour coming into play here. Alright, we'll plant cabbages and then expansion. There we go. Another corpse pit for more gravedigger positions. Sweet. Hey, Charlotte. Happy Sunday. Yeah, same to you. Hope you're having a great, yeah, great weekend and everything too. Great to hear from you. Thank you. Yeah, all right. So we got, see, August is coming up, so soon harvest here, and then we'll have rye bread and wheat bread. So now we can see our carrots are starting to ramp up a bit here now. So we're starting to get strong amounts of carrots, so that's good. We already have a decent amount of wheat bread just from importing the wheat grain. But let's also see, looks like this house can be upgraded, for example. We're going to upgrade at least one house, and we're going to turn that into a bakery extension. And no more communal oven. Not going to use that anymore. We're going to use the bakery extension so that we get the multipliers. And we have so many families. We're not worried about, you know, oh, I'm going to lose a family to being assigned as an artisan. Whatever, who cares? We got basically infinite labor using this strategy. So yeah, food situation's looking a lot better. See, now we're really going to level out on, you know, food situation's going to be... Now we can just, like, really aggressively grow again, you know? But, yeah, wow. This strategy is ridiculous. So yeah, we can really... yeah. We'll see how far we can take it. Valentine's Day was fun. Nice. You made a cinnamon rolls for your family. Had lots of fun. Oh, that sounds so good, Charlotte. Oh my gosh. Honestly, who doesn't like a warm cinnamon roll, dude? Right? Is there any human being who doesn't like a warm... That's got to be one of the most, like, delicious, unanimously delicious things, right? Oh my gosh. I'm just a sucker for baked goods. I love baked goods, dude. Oh my gosh. Cookies, muffins, cinnamon rolls, dude. Any Danishes, whatever. Any of that, donuts, whatever. Any kind of baked goods. Oh my gosh. That is my weakness, big time. Thinking about doing some Legos. That sounds fun. I haven't done Legos in a while. I had a coworker at my last job who was really into like Star Wars, and he had a bunch of like really cool Star Wars Legos that he was like always working on. But you know, some of the like really, you know, like the full like pretty big like Millennium Falcon like model and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That stuff's pretty cool. But yeah, it's hard. All right, we're harvesting here. Harvest window. Very good. Okay, so now we can We can choose to... We'll probably let them fallow for now, for just like temporary. And see if we can restore a little bit of this fertility. But that's going to be good. You make yogurt? Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever made yogurt. Not as good as cinnamon roll. Dude, cinnamon roll, it's crazy. I just, like, honestly, there's not much better than, like, just, like, I swear, like, wake up, like, on a, whatever, like, a day where it's, like, I don't know, especially here in Pacific Northwest, you know, it's, like, kind of the typical, you wake up, it's, like, gloomy, kind of rainy weather, whatever, you know what I mean? Nice, fresh, hot cup of coffee, warm cinnamon roll. Dude, that is absolutely peak right there. Absolutely peak. Favorite food is bread, yeah. Anything from a bakery, yeah. You can't go wrong, it's so good. With that icing, oh man. Woo! And I like to, like, get the warm cinnamon roll and then like dip it into the coffee, you know what I mean? Oh man. That's the stuff right there, guys. Sandwiches, cakes, yes. Yes, Abe Leonard. Oh wow, it's talking about, well, that's very cool. X-Wing, Walker. Oh cool, all kind, yeah, that's really cool. All kinds of like collectibles and stuff. Really cool. Very cool, Charlotte. Now you're making me hungry. My goodness. Okay, so let's see. These should be, we should get a little bit of fertility restored here within a little bit of time. All right, we got that stuff all threshed up. We got our bakery ready, so they're going to start making rye bread and wheat bread for us. Very good. But look at the carrots now. See, now we got a strong amount of carrots. Very good. Okay, we're keeping an eye. See, the fertility is slowly rising. We were in the 60s. Now we're starting to get into 70s. So we are getting a little bit of fertility restored here before we replant from a temporary fallow. Your dad made a battleship model. Oh wow! Like not even from like a kit or anything. That's crazy. Oh my goodness! Dad's making, so dad's playing Manor Lords in real life, basically. All right, see, look, we're up to 75%. So it's actually kind of crazy how much like fertility can be restored, just like during a temporary fallow over, you know, during September and October. You know, so we've already restored like 15% extra of fertility here, for example. So we can definitely replant rye here now. That's strong. 75% is good. Start getting a couple of those going at least. This one actually, maybe let's do wheat on this one instead. They didn't make up stories about all the little... Yeah, nice. Sucker for a good story. Yeah, yeah. You gotta have the lore to go with the... Yeah, to tie everything together, you know? It's important. Okay, there we go. So we replant a couple of wheat and a few rye after we let them kind of you know, get the fertility rating back up a little bit. So yeah, not bad. And then as we can see, we got look at that, 54 rye grain and 24 wheat grain. I mean, we have enough to really start cranking out a very strong amount of bread. So we'll staff up the windmill. Our bakery is already ready to go, and then we're just gonna have a ton of bread coming in here. We got a strong amount of carrots now. See, now we're good. Like, our food situation's totally under control now. So now we could just continue to, you know, we added a big cabbage patch here for another veggie type and stuff as well. So, I mean, soon we're just going to be swimming in food, and shouldn't really be an issue. Speaking of swimming in food, we can restaff our fishing as well in the coming year also. So, yeah, we got a bunch of... we're pretty much looking very solid now. I know, Smarties, I'm thinking the same thing. Alright, we're starting to, there we go, we're getting that turned into flour and everything. Very good. Might as well just have more staff on our storage buildings because we have the labor available, why not? And we should see... these guys should start making rye bread pretty soon here. Looks like they're making the wheat grain first. So, whatever. Wheat bread. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, now they're going to grab that. Flour. Transporting. Transporting, waiting. Transporting. Oh, you know, there we go. We can see they're already starting to produce that stuff. Yeah, look at that. We already got... we shot right up to 30 wheat bread. 38. I mean, yeah, there we go. They're cranking it out now. We're getting those quadruple wheat bread modifiers here. So all of a sudden we are just flushed with food, you know? We have no food problems anymore now. Nice. Oh, but now they're cold. What are you talking about? We got fuel supplies for 3 months, you dummies. Okay, I think that was all the wheat. Now we switch them to rye. So we got up to like 80 wheat bread almost or whatever. Now we're going to make some rye bread. Got more stuff planted. Sweet. Well, this town is off and running now. Awesome. Well, like I said, guys, I think probably I'm definitely interested in, you know, I'll try to explore this like to the absolute maximum. Make a video where I really... you know, dial in like a good starting setup, a good region, and really like take this strategy to the max. So yeah, if you guys would be interested in that type of video, let me know. I think that could be cool. So we'll probably wrap up here pretty soon for today. And yeah, if you guys would be interested in that seems pretty cool. At least, you know, for the current state of the game, it's a thing, and it's very interesting. So it would be kind of cool to explore it, kind of to the maximum potential, I guess. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing the you know, all the information and sharing the tech as always, Infomolrat. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and if you guys were not here at the beginning of the stream. And you want to go back and see like the concept of what's going on here. So we were just gonna do like a, you know, a town, like a regular town fast pop expansion, whatever. But then Infomolrat brought up this strategy where basically you can you go and attack like bandit camps, and you bring them back to like your town, and essentially kind of like cheese them into like coming to attack your town. But while they're coming to attack your town, you negotiate with them in diplomacy, and then they all mass join, they all mass immigrate into your town all at once. So like by the end of year one, we had like 20 or 30 families or something like that that moved in like all at once. It's actually crazy. This is definitely like a broken cheese kind of strategy essentially, but yeah, pretty crazy. So you like essentially like if I really dial this in and like have a region that's like set up for it, and have a more like organized approach here. I mean, I'm assuming you could like really get. I mean, you could. I don't really know exactly, right? But I'm assuming you could get up to like hundreds of population, like very fast. So it seems pretty crazy. So it would be kind of interesting to explore that a little bit more. Kind of just like for fun, you know what I mean? It's pretty wild. Showing all the different kinds of cheesing. Yeah, for sure. If we a cheese montage, yeah, I guess something like that. But no, this one in particular seems like it's pretty cool. It's definitely kind of cheese, but it's also like pretty interesting. So yeah. Yeah, I know we could. I know. Morad suggested that too. We could make a video that basically highlights like, oh, here's all the issues in the game or whatever. But I don't think they really care, anyways. But this one I think would just be cool. It's just really interesting. It'd be kind of fun to try it, anyways, as like a challenge or something. But yeah. Raw milk and makes the powder. Oh, you got the easy mode yogurt creation. The Instapack. Got the mix. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll wrap it up here for today. I do want to try to, some of these live streams we can extend them, a bit longer, but I think some of the ones that we've done in the recent past where they got up to like 5-6 hours and stuff was a little extensive, so I'm just going to try to keep them a little bit more at a reasonable time frame. But for today, I think it's a good stopping point here, guys. It was really cool to see, like I said, if you guys were not here at the beginning of the stream and you're interested to see like what the heck, you know what I mean, as far as this like crazy strategy to get like bandits to mass immigrate into your town in numbers that basically in a number as high as you can have houses available for it, basically. It's an insane strategy. If you want to go back, this video will be posted obviously on the channel after every live stream, but I'll probably try to put together, like I said, a challenge run or whatever for it, and we'll really push this to the limit and see how far we can take it. But yeah, very interesting stuff. So it's great to catch back up with you guys. Thank you all for being here. Hope you guys have had a great the last week or so, since we didn't stream last weekend for the Super Bowl. And I hope you guys are having a really good Sunday, and have a great week coming up here. And keep your eye out. Like I said, they have announced. They made a tweet like 3 weeks ago saying that they were going to put out another beta update in a week, like 3 weeks ago. So who knows? Honestly, I'm like just done with I'm like completely just like tapped out with like a Hooded Horse and their development team and all that kind of stuff. To me, like, in my opinion, it's completely unprofessional, absurd, ridiculous. So like I'm not really like tuned into any of that anymore. I'm just gonna kind of just try to enjoy the game as continue enjoying the game as best as possible, and doing our own thing. So But yeah, I'm not going to worry about, oh, the devs said they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I mean, they've said they're going to do a million things that they haven't delivered on. Like, honestly, they're just unprofessional. Like, at the end of the day, they're completely unprofessional. So that's just the facts. So I'm not really going to be tuned in so much to that aspect anymore. But we'll try to enjoy the game as best as we can. But this is a really very interesting strategy to look into here. So thank you again, Infomora, for sharing that. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out a little bit of this very interesting approach. I know I did. And yeah, guys, we will be back. Sundays are not going anywhere, so we'll be back next Sunday. But keep your eye out for I'll see if I can get this video. Yeah, this is a very interesting one. So appreciate it once again, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day here and a really good week coming up, guys. And we will be back again soon. We're going to be signing off for now, guys. Yeah, definitely highly recommend try this one out, yeah. Yeah, believe in Greg. Yeah, I don't know about that anymore, but... Yeah, absolutely. No, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure. Really, this was a very eye-opening strategy. Yeah, very cool stuff. All right, guys, it's been great. Really appreciate you guys as always. Bath, Infomorat, Most Smarties, Kenny, Charlotte, Juan, Senpai. Yeah, Ned. I know he left earlier, but all the usuals. I really appreciate you guys. Plains Potter, Jay Lalbin, Old Too Soon. If I miss anyone, sorry, but yeah, guys, I really appreciate it. And we will catch up soon, guys. So have a great rest of your day. We're out for now. Peace out, guys. Enjoy the outro, and we will catch up soon, guys. Hope y'all have a really great rest of your day. Peace.